I've won and lost against the best. This old road's been a hell of a test. But I'm still driving, I ain't slowing down. There's rules I'd love to break and bend, mistakes I've made again and again. But I tell you this, my friends, I'm still around. I hit it hard, man, so far, man. No laying up, no holding back. Ain't afraid of nothing, it's a natural fact. I hit it long, man, till it's gone, man. Keep taking chances, living large. I hit it.
Another episode of Average Goats. It's like we never left. It's me, Pappy, back with the Hanger Brothers. Michael, Joel, how are we doing today?
Real good.
You walked in, I said, welcome back.
Yeah.
It's good to be back.
So it's like we never missed a beat.
Welcome back from spring break. That lasted a while.
We just had a little
like
bit
a
of a
long-
sabbatical.
Long
Yeah.
hangover.
Ooh, hangover. Not good. But we're all hydrated and ready to go, I think. There's a lot to talk about. A couple new major champion winners that we've missed. We got the British Open coming up, which is one of my favorite tournaments of the year. And I think we're going to start off with everybody's hot topic right now, Live Golf, L-I-V. Everybody jumping ship, taking the money, getting in bed with the Saudis. Guys, what are your thoughts?
Go ahead, Joe.
I'm indifferent. Chasing money's fine if that's what they want to do. I don't. The only downside that I see for the golfer that watches it on TV, obviously, is we won't get to see these guys really play live, in my opinion. Even though they'll probably get a TV contract or a streaming service contract at some point if they haven't already.
Well, they already kind of do it free streaming, right, on YouTube.
Yeah, you can watch it on YouTube.
But I haven't. It's almost impossible I haven't been able to find it. Finding a leaderboard for these events is pretty hard too, even on the Live Golf website.
You got Google on a device, right? You just
I search it and it comes up with like.
I've watched it on YouTube a couple times.
I haven't.
Michael's watched more Live Golf than regular PGA,
PGA
golf.
golf.
this year.
Potentially.
Sounds like it.
Potentially.
And he's telling you to work on your googliness.
Yeah, googlies. Some players obviously get big merchandise and apparel contracts. Some of these other guys haven't gotten those, so I can see why they're chasing money to go get paid.
Well, it's funny you bring that up because breaking last night, Bryson DeChambeau got dumped by Bridgestone. So that was
Saw
kind
that.
of. But then he says he's going to keep playing them. I thought that was very interesting.
Likes the ball, maybe thinks they'll come back around.
Well, he probably is the one who probably engineered the thing,
Yeah.
right? Because he's the mad scientist.
Yeah.
I think that what's going to happen in some of these this Live Golf thing with these team names and stuff, I think you're going to end up having corporations buy sponsorships
Absolutely.
to own the team, not own the team, but sponsor the team. Kind of like your F1 racing kind of stuff, where you got team ownership in NASCAR and things like that.
But do you think that's more later down the road if this actually takes off? Because you see all these companies fleeing sponsorships. So what companies are going to want to be the ones that kind of jump out there and be the Dustin Johnson of the sponsorship world?
What I find interesting with the sponsors is, there are quite a few that are jumping out of the mix, right? Like the RBC quickly broke up with DJ
MasterCard.
and McDowell, and then MasterCard recently, yeah. But and kind of what Rory has kind of backed off of everything, even though he was talking this week like Norman shouldn't be there and stuff. But Rory is almost not taking a flip of stance, but basically saying, almost give it a chance or do whatever they're going to do. But from a sponsorship standpoint, the Saudis already are connected to all kinds of stuff and products anyway. They're already sponsoring
Investors,
and
yeah.
owners or investors in almost every product that is in the market. So how can you say, oh, well, we don't support this, but yet NBC owns the Golf Channel, right? NBC is owned or partly owned by some of their investment dollars. So it's like it all is connected behind the scenes. So that's what's interesting to me is how you have some sponsors bailing, but yet there's a lot of different connections behind the scenes and stuff. So from a Live Golf standpoint, I don't know that I'm anti-Live Golf. I don't know if I'm pro-Live Golf. I don't mind competition, so to speak. I think it's pretty telling that there's got to be some inside issues within the PGA Tour that are not spoken about for some of these guys to actually make the leap that were making really good money with golf and sponsorships, right? But also because the PGA Tour tried to shut it down so quick, and then all of a sudden they came out with, a week or two ago, their new format that they're going to do with these high-dollar events. So it's like, if you came out with that so quick, is there something with internally that was wrong? That guys are like, hey, we truly aren't getting our fair crack here. We got to go. I don't know.
I think it was just a knee-jerk reaction by the PGA Tour, but when they came up with that, I think that they kind of lost some of their argument, because if you were able to do this, then why weren't you doing it before, right?
Yeah.
It's like when an employee comes into the boss and says, hey, I'm leaving, I got a better job offer. Well, wait, I can pay you more money. It's like, well, what the shit? 2 weeks ago you said there was no more money. Now you have this money because I'm actually going out and leaving.
Yeah.
That's how that whole thing with the PGA Tour came across to me, and they've just mishandled it.
Yeah.
I think they're getting outflanked left and right, and my big thing is they're taking the upfront money for how many ever years they have to do to play the 8 tournaments, which is fine. I would rather, like, if you were a business person, you'd probably rather do that rather than have to deal with all the sponsorship engagements and all the extras you have to do with that. Plus, then you got to go out and you got to try to play competitive golf against the best in the world. Yeah, I get why these guys might take the easy way out, but where Live Golf is missing it for me, and they can say they're growing the game, and a bigger thing too is Greg Norman's probably still butthurt from the '90s
Tried to do this back then, yeah.
when his world tour kind of fell flat on that. So this is his like last chance at that. They could potentially, me, avid golf fan, they could take me away from the PGA Tour actually week in and week out if they changed a couple things. I like the team idea. I think the 54-hole idea is great. Shotgun start, fine, whatever. I'll talk about that later, why it actually takes away from like actual TV coverage. But when the team wins, I could care less if 3 guys win extra money at the end of the 54 holes. I think the top 4 teams, should then qualify for a 4th day of golf where it's bracket play, and you get some sort of different matches where it's my 3 against your 3, and we're going to go play an 18-hole scramble, and then the winner from game 1 and game 2 playing game 3 for the following week, do an alternate shot or something, 3-man alternate shot, or one of 3 best balls. There's so many other ways they could do to introduce, different
Funner
formats.
sides,
Yeah, absolutely. And it's not. They're doing 54 holes. They're doing a shotgun start, and they're going to say that we're growing the game. How?
Yeah.
That's where Live Golf loses me on that. I think it could be exciting.
Do you think that they're
but they're just dropping the ball on this one.
Do you think that their stance from just growing the game is just because they're going to play golf in parts of the world that hasn't seen golf tournaments before?
I think that is just a slogan that a marketing company told them to say while they get asked all these questions.
Yeah.
Don't they drop the worst score of the 3 on the team or something like that?
Honestly, I don't know that much about it, just because the premise of it is just kind of like.
I thought all 4 guys counted, but
I thought Pat Perez said he was shooting like a 77 or 78 that day, and it didn't matter because the score was getting dropped. I thought.
I don't know. But I will tell you 2 things from
saying.
watching some coverage on YouTube that
Shutter plane is obnoxious too, by the way.
is that because it's shotgun play and they don't have a TV contract where somebody in the back is doing production at a larger scale, is they bounce quick. You know what I mean?
You're seeing more golf.
You are seeing more golf, but it's very fast. Do you know what I mean? Which it's almost a little bit too fast. So they could actually, even though a golf tournament, let's say, lasts 4 hours, your TV coverage could last 5 hours, and just space it out a little bit better so that it wasn't bam, bam, bam. You know what I'm saying?
You couldn't do that now, though, with the technology today, because someone's going to tweet it out that you made the.
But that's fine. But still, you still want to be able to watch it, right? It's no different than watching coverage at night for a tournament when you missed it during the day.
I guess.
But the other thing too is they're doing what Fox did when Fox had those U.S. Opens with the fucking mics and the cups.
Mm-hmm.
I hate that. We hear the ball hit in there. It's like, it doesn't sound like it actually does in real life. So just take them out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Anyhow, it's interesting that.
Here's the problem I have with the what you were just talking about with the coverage with it, okay? The way a golf tournament works on a Sunday, and you have some really good announcers, and they could tell you about the shot and kind of build it up for you of why this shot is important, because so and so is charging up the leaderboard, and if they were to make this birdie, someone behind him, kind of like how the PGA Championship worked out, right?
Yeah.
They set up the shot about Thomas making his run, and then it became about, oh wow, he's really going to hit this driver on the last hole, and you don't have any of that now because
No.
it's just shot,
It's just bam.
shot.
Yep.
Everybody.
You don't get to see the caddy and the player really going back and forth or talking
So
about
they
this
took
or
some
that.
of the drama out of it that
Yeah.
makes it good. Like I
Yeah.
get that Thursday, Friday. I get that Saturday morning when it's
Yep.
U.S. Open coverage and you have it on at 7 a.m. I get that. Just keep throwing shots, but later on in the day when it's the leaders and all that, I'm sorry. I want a good announcer. I want to go back in the day and I want to have David Faraday and Vern Lundquist in the tower at Augusta.
Yeah.
I
Boy
want,
Johnny.
could you imagine them not really being able to have that touch at Tiger shot on 16 at Augusta in your
Yep.
iconic,
Yep.
NBC better than most.
rather
17
than
Tiger.
cutting away to the next shot immediately after that one.
Correct. Yep.
Yeah. I'm sure that there's things that they'll tweak and improve as time goes on, and even if they do land some kind of streaming or TV contract. I think that what's interesting with the money, though, excuse me, is there was never any talk about the time commitments for these guys, but some of this money is like 4 or 5 year deal. I mean,
Right.
that's not that long for $150 million. I mean,
No.
boom.
But what if they come to you next year and they're saying, by the way, you're playing 15,
Well, I think it's going to
Tournaments
12 next year.
and then the year after that it's going to be 20?
Yeah, I mean, they could certainly do that, but then you're
What are you going to say? No. Then all of a sudden you got a guy in your
you're
driveway
yeah, 2/3 of the way.
holding the radioactive petroleum in
Yeah.
a briefcase in your driveway. Like, hello.
It'll be interesting to see what kind of commitments they have to make as time goes on.
Steel barrel full of.
Because now with their sponsors, they always had to do commercials or they always had to go do promos and stuff. But now what are they going to have to do?
It's the original Back to the Future.
You're going to get called to a
Damn it,
meeting.
Marty! It's the Libyans.
You're going to get called to a meeting in Saudi Arabia.
You don't get called; they just snatch you.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, you're out there taking in the market in Morocco, and the next thing you know, you get shoved in a van.
Yeah, but Phil caught a lot of shit earlier this year, and then his little hiatus because he was calling the tour to the carpet, and these guys are getting taken advantage of with their digital rights
Here's
and
where
their
Phil-
name and their image and likeness and all
Here's
that.
where Phil
But-
lost it, though.
But clearly, if they could flip the switch and introduce that much new money to these tournaments they're proposing for 24, there was issues.
160 million.
There was issues.
Here's where Phil lost the audience, though, is when he started talking about the Prince and how he's a bad
Yeah.
MFer, and
Yeah.
he went tone deaf on what happened with the mainstream media guy that
Yeah.
went missing out there, right? And everybody knows what
Kawagashi
happened.
or
So of course the media's going to jump all over him, and boom, now he's gone. If he could have just stayed on point and
Yep.
said, "This is why
The
this needs
reasons.
to be considered.
Yes.
This
Yeah.
is why." And here's another thing: if the PGA Tour is so bad, why is it all just like a? There's no concrete reason 1, reason 2, reason 3. There's no bullet points of these pros saying of why the PGA
Yeah.
Tour is so bad.
well, because
Because it's like the baseball holdout. You got millionaires arguing with billionaires, and that's all this is.
yeah,
And here's where the PGA Tour loses me too. Monahan, right, the commissioner, $10 million a year. The guy never hits a ball
yep,
worth anything. He doesn't do nothing. He's getting $10 million a year. But you got pros that grind their asses off for all these years, and they have a good year and they make $7 million.
yep,
We're talking, 0.5% world problems here, right?
Right,
I'm
right.
not gonna have this issue, but
yep.
if I'm working my butt off and I'm having a career year like a Scotty Scheffler, he still might not make earnings this year more than the commissioner.
Yeah,
How's that fair?
I don't know. That's a valid point.
And I think but they don't tell you that.
Yeah,
Like Kevin Knott. No, not Kevin Knott, because I can give a shit what he has to say. But why did And it would be good to hear from the Euro guys too. Westwood, Ian Poulter. Is this just a money grab because you're old and you never really won a major and you just kind of waved the white flag and took the money?
I think with some of them, that's what it was.
Absolutely.
You know,
I mean,
they're
Poulter was-
aging.
Generational wealth.
Haven't been. I mean, Poulter.
Poulter was always
Outside of
playing
some
for his
Ryder
card.
Cups, Poulter hasn't done jack shit.
He's always playing for his card or playing to try and play the
You know?
Masters. That's pretty much all.
I mean,
he's
he's
trying
known
to play
for some great shanks from time to time.
Some really good neck vein popping at the
Yeah,
Ryder Cup.
and
yeah,
his car collection.
Yeah.
yeah. Westwood, what's Westwood approaching 50?
Yep.
He's Damn near 50.
What is the European Tour going to do now? Because isn't Henrik Stenson supposed to be the Ryder Cup captain?
Yeah,
DP
and he
World
just-
Tour.
And he just jumped ship to this thing?
he did.
I
Read a
did
rumor
not
that-
see Stenson.
I read a rumor that he's like kicking it around. So what would they do then?
I don't know.
What's America going to do now? Because now
Well,
Phil
Pe- Pe-
Mickelson can't be a Ryder Cup captain. And what's the Ryder Cup really going to turn into now? Because all these guys have been vanquished. We lost half the Ryder Cup team. DJ, Brooks, Phil,
Your boy Reed,
Captain America.
DeChambeau.
Now is not on the American team.
DeChambeau.
You literally just lost half your Ryder Cup team, did you not?
Yep. And there'll probably be more defectors to follow here soon.
You really think so?
I think there'll be a few stragglers.
Okay, so what then? What are they doing to the poor guys that helped fill out their first couple fields, and now they're getting kicked because they want?
Oh yeah,
their
they're
names
gonna.
in there?
Yeah. I don't know.
You know,
What's Chase Koepka gonna do when the field's full of
actual
players?
Yeah.
Well, has Phil broken? What's his over par
I
number
don't-
so
I
far
don't
on these
know.
events? He's not under par.
Who cares? He's got all that money to lay on. That's got to be one of the most comfy mattresses.
He's like
Especially-
he's like $50 million in gambling.
Especially, well, yeah, especially after you lost 40 milli that 2 or 3, 4 year period gambling.
He's like, I got plenty now, Amy. No worries.
Yeah, unreal. But yeah, it's something we'll follow. There's one coming to the area. There's going to be one over there in Illinois.
Not Conway, but the other one, Rich Harvest.
Yeah. So I think that'll be interesting to see.
Yeah,
I'm
we should go
actually-
check it out.
Well, I got a call out actually because I want to know if GCSA members get in for free. Because if I do, I would definitely drive over there for a day and check it out.
Yeah.
I'm not paying $75.
I mean,
But
we're
they had some really cool deals though, like 12 grand or 1,200. You can walk in the ropes every day or something like that. They did like VIP packages to one of the events.
I mean, that should be a given for.
I mean, have you guys seen that clip
super
of them on the supposed live plane and Pat
Yes.
Perez is just going nuts?
We are the champions.
I mean, talk about
Or when he went to that
Not
opening
being-
ceremony dinner the night before his first tournament, and his shirt was just
oh yeah,
Bills,
Bills.
Money Bills.
Yeah.
But did
I've
you
actually
see-
always enjoyed Pat Perez.
But did you see the video of him on the plane, and you just see Brooks and his wife sitting there at the table, like,
Yeah.
Oh, Brooks definitely had a little too many shots. It looked like.
If I'm those guys though, I am not getting on the live golf plane ever.
No.
I'm always on my plane or a private chartered plane or whatever. You get in the air on that bird, and if somebody says the wrong thing, that thing's you don't know where it's landing. Straighten your head,
But here's-
straighten out. You know.
If you're the live tour, do you really want to do that?
you're
What if the
putting all
plane
your-
goes down? There goes your entire product.
True. That is a terrible idea.
So, I mean, it's kind of like the State of the Union, right? You have
Yeah.
the designated survivor. Do you really
Yeah.
want your whole tour on this plane?
Yeah. Valid.
Last thing about the Live Tour I'd like to talk about kind of segues into the British Open. How do you guys feel about them not uninviting Greg Norman to the Champions Dinner for the Open Champions?
I've never been a Greg Norman fan, so I'm
You
fine
don't
with
care?
it.
You're saying you,
I
but
found
just because you don't like him or you're not a fan is basically why you're saying you don't care.
Yeah.
mean,
And
that's-
and the second thing too is they didn't let any of the guys in the media, the guys that are on the live, they didn't let any of them do any interviews.
Oh, the pre
Yeah.
interviews. There was also too. I was listening to something on Sirius PGA channel. It was about some of the pairings too, and how they're
Oh,
lackluster. on
None of them
purpose.
are on prime time.
Well, just who they're playing with too.
Yes.
It's like Naga, not gonna make the cut. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's a crazy name.
I think Tiger and Rory both came out in their pressers and said, they supported Greg Norman not being there because basically they didn't want to deal with the drama and this and that. But I think it's kind of horse shit,
I agree
to
with
be
you.
honest with you, because the
Bush
guy's a
League.
past champion.
Two-time.
And look if
Two-time.
you truly think this is where my thought is on the PGA Tour and DP and their new partnership and all this shit. If you truly think you have a superior product, then what do you have to worry about?
Bingo.
What do you have to worry about? Let them do their thing. If they make it, they make it. If not, they'll be done in a few years. But if you feel like you are the best, what's it matter? And what's it matter if Greg Norman is there? You know what I mean?
Okay, so
It should feel more.
I don't think these guys taking the money and they were told do not go to this tour. I don't think they should come back. I don't think they should be allowed back. There has to be like a bigger meeting about that because
Well, maybe they.
if you're the guy that stuck it out on the PGA Tour, you're a Scotty Scheffler, you're a Harold Varner. These guys took the $60 million and then you let them back in 3 years. I'd be pretty pissed. Like I stood with you, I tried to build this tour, and you're gonna let them backdoor me that way. But I think the Greg Norman thing is different. He's not competing in it,
Yeah.
right? He's a past champion. You're having a champions dinner, and like you said, it would have just, I think, withered on the vine, and now you just
I
kind of.
think he would have felt more
he's been
awkward than
banned.
anybody.
Yeah, but they just keep doing things that
Keep
add
the story
fuel
going,
and
even
keep
though they're trying to kill the
correct.
story.
It's
Yeah.
just like
They can't get out of their own
take
way.
the high road, you know?
Yep.
I don't know.
Oh, you are letting Greg Norman come here? We're letting all of our past champions. Like, are you telling me some of those guys in that room haven't made a shady deal on a lower level that might have, like,
Yep.
actually affected people? Like,
Yep.
real people? Like, with a bad business deal or with a...
I mean, Tiger,
So-
Tiger 2009.
So let's take this like April rolls around, April 2023 rolls around, and here we go to Augusta. Are some of these guys not getting invited to Augusta next
Dustin
year?
Johnson?
Is Dustin
Patrick
Johnson?
Reed?
Are they not getting invited? I mean, those guys on the board have to be like, what are we gonna? I mean,
Well,
What are we gonna
probably
do?
You probably have some big CEOs of, like, BP or Mobil Exxon, and they got oil fields over there, but
Yeah.
you're not going to let a person that played in the Saudi Golf League play over there?
yep,
Play in the Masters, even though they're a past winner? It's going to be interesting to see.
very interesting. That one sticks out to me the most of what's going to happen, who's getting invited.
How are you going to let them play this year, but then ban them next year, too?
I don't know.
If you don't want them at the PGA Championship, because that's for your members, I get that.
Yeah, that one.
That's fine.
Yeah,
But the other ones, you got to let them play.
yeah, I agree. World golf ranking points is going to be interesting because the
Yeah,
whole
that'll
panel
be interesting.
is the dudes in charge of all the tours.
RNA, PGA,
Yeah, USGA.
PGA of America.
But they have done things where certain mini tour events that are 54-hole tournaments get world golf rankings. So
I know, but if they're not
That'll-
happy with the live,
it's
then they're
gonna-
going to be
it's
like,
gonna
"Oh,
end
sorry,
up-
guys."
It'll end up in court.
Yeah,
It'll end up in court, just like it is now. So,
yeah.
but pressing forward, let's talk a little bit before we wrap up the episode today about the upcoming British Open, the 150th edition, back at St. Andrews. This is actually side note. I actually got in a little trouble the other night with the missus. I said, "Listen, I'm getting my passport because I don't have one still." And I said, I'm going over. I'm doing Scotland. I'm doing Ireland for like 12, 14 days. And I'm sorry, it's not going to be a trip you like. But if you want to come, you can. But I'm playing golf. I'm going to a different city and pubbing it up. And then the next day, play golf there and just keep going around the island. And
You probably could have presented that a little bit better.
no, brutal honesty is the only way to go with that one.
Like, hey, I'm
don't
gonna
wanna go see
play
a church.
golf, but then we're gonna go drink in the pub afterward.
I don't
honey.
want to see a church. Oh, you don't want to go see the Blarney Stone? No, I don't want to go to the Blarney Stone. I went to the Blarney Stone, Oak Forest, Illinois. It's a little dive bar, loved it. Great pizza. You know, I lived there. But yeah, no, I think that's like the ultimate golf trip you got to do one time in your year, no? One time in your life.
Yeah.
But who do you guys kind of like for the British Open this year? Or I'm sorry, the Open Championship? And who do you think is going to be there, but you don't know if they'll pull it off?
I mean, how can you not pick Schauffele right now?
Schauffele?
Scheffler or Schauffele?
Schauffele.
Gender.
Won
Scottish
3
Open.
times in the last, 4 or 5 weeks?
I can't pick him because I'm just not a fan of him. I don't know what
I
it
don't-
is.
I don't
I'm
mind
not-
Xander.
I don't like his caddy. His caddy's a total tool every
I
time.
actually wished him and Patrick Cantlay would have went to live, so I don't have to watch them anymore. But
You don't want to. You don't like the
Can't
foot shuffle.
lay I'm indifferent, but I'd like Schauffele. Him smoking that stogie at the Ryder Cup.
yeah, not winning a point, cool.
That's okay.
He cheesed it up and
blitzed-
celebrated
blitzed
the board.
up
He
in the-
never won
yeah.
anything.
I don't know. He's just a good ball striker. I think he's
Great ball striker.
I think he's gonna continue playing well.
You got to think slow. So one of the things Tiger said in his interview, which I thought was awesome, he says the fairways are running faster and quicker than the greens.
That's insane, isn't it?
I don't think, like, mentally, I've been trying to think about this all night. I can't, like,
Can't
wrap my head
fathom.
around it, like how crazy that would be. But
I don't really have any favorites, so to speak.
oh, Ricky Fowler love out there. You guys are usually all over Ricky.
I do enjoy this tournament
What to get a special
more
invite?
than most.
I don't know what it is, but
Probably just because of the time that it's on.
You
when we
think
get
he's
to
in
watch
there
it,
just
but-
because he's been over there playing with? He's the new Smiley Kaufman.
I
for,
think he just like he is kind of, isn't he?
Yes.
If he comes out with like a Busch Light apple,
They're all drinking Guinness over there. Is he in or is he not in?
I don't know.
he got into the last one last minute.
I think he just over there playing.
No,
with
that's
these
because he
guys,
had a top 5 the
vacationing.
previous year, right?
I don't know.
He was top 5 at the U.S. Open.
Look how
In,
young he looks there.
I think here's my long shot, and I really think he's going to win this week. Gary Woodland.
Interesting there.
Gary Woodland.
Is he healthy?
Is he
Yeah.
playing?
Yeah, he was in the top groups again last week at the Scottish Open. He's been trending. I'm telling you.
I think he's been trending, and I think he's been doing a lot of. He may.
And
Live golfer Taylor Gooch is in the field.
I wanted to say
gives a shit?
Harmon, his coach, has said that he's trending, and range
Telling you.
sessions are pretty good too for him.
I'm telling you, the way that course is running, he hits it a long way. He'll probably be able to drive a couple of these holes.
Well, everybody's
What-
driving
what-
an OB on 18.
What
yeah,
if,
they're-
what if a Live guy wins this week?
So I kind of thought that too at the last major, like the U.S. Open. What if they pull it off? But these guys aren't even making cuts right now.
Yeah, because they don't know how to fight.
I know, but like, what if? I don't think Ricky Fowler's in the field.
What if the final group is like Rory versus
A live golfer.
Patrick Reed, and the American fans become Rory fans?
Oh yeah, I could see that happening.
Wouldn't that be a crazy golf story? I mean, that would.
Well, that would probably happen regardless anyway, right? Because nobody likes Patrick Reed.
What are you talking about? It's Captain America. It's Captain America. But yeah, no, I think
You should have saw the
you guys don't like
Twitter
Jordan Spieth?
comments after he went to Live. I like Spieth. I mean, I don't know if his game's there where it needs to be to get this done. I know he's been playing better and stuff, but
I mean, if he's on the range doing what he did last year or whatever that was, where
Just
digging,
beating the
just
dirt.
digging holes.
I think
was it?
Justin Thomas.
I think
looks pretty
JT's,
good.
yeah, especially if the fairways are fast and he can get that little low bullet he hits out there. That thing will run forever.
Besides, are you taking any other?
Although
past
you
major
see
champions this
Tiger-
season?
I am taking Tiger.
Tiger drove 18 the other day.
Tiger's going to top 10 this week.
I think so.
I love it.
There's just something different about him in his interview the other day where
What's his nuts that played with him? Lee Trevino, a couple days ago over there.
Yeah.
He said.
what's his nuts? Yeah, just a Hall of Famer, Lee Trevino.
He
Go
said-
on.
One of the best ball strikers ever.
Yeah.
He said-
Who practiced hitting off
Possible.
of dirt.
He said he's still got it. I mean, his ball strike, everything. He said it's amazing. He said he can't walk, but he's still got it.
Dude, Trevino can't do that, or
No,
Tiger?
he was talking about Tiger. He said it's.
Tiger,
I mean, Tiger's only thing is that he basically can't walk. But
I think
they
the
say
leg
this is the
thing.
easiest walk out of all of them
That's why I think he's. gonna
Faldo
do
doesn't
well.
agree because all the little.
because he's trying to sell
Yes,
more
but-
squares.
True.
I think the whole leg thing kind of stabilizes his golf swing and makes him swing a little bit slower.
Absolutely, I agree with you.
Same thing when he had the back stuff a couple
just-
years ago. Or
I
a few
think
years
if the
ago.
greens
And more
if the
pure.
greens are
Yeah.
a little bit slower, I think that might actually be to his favor too.
I think the hindrance on that advantage is on his irons, like he was in the PGA, is pulling.
What he,
pulling
what
a
he
lot of
said the
irons.
other day in his interview, the greens don't bother me with him because he's staying at the hotel and he's going down at 9 o'clock every night and having a putting contest with Justin Thomas.
Yeah, but I
Which I
think
thought was pretty cool.
I think that being a little bit slower, I think is to his advantage. Being a little bit more aggressive, you know.
Yeah. Get pulley on those, though. At least I do.
A lot of times in the British Open too, you see a guy's name and you're like, "Oh my, yeah, that guy! Holy shit!" You know, an older statesman, as they would
Yeah.
say.
Ben Curtis.
Do you have anybody that you think Ben Curtis will make a run this week? Okay, I like it. I like it. Mark it down.
Can't even play.
Yeah, well, he's probably there. But,
Louis Oosthuizen, you think he's got a shot?
there you go, Paddy Harrington.
He always plays well.
Patrick, do you see he came out and he was in support of Liv?
I
He says
think.
competition's good.
I think
He's trying to get
Padraig
some of
will
that money.
play well. He always plays well,
I think he'll.
and he's been playing well in the senior stuff.
hmm He had a good week a couple weeks ago. That's
Yeah.
why I kind of brought him up.
I wouldn't mind seeing Max Homa have a big week.
Playing with his idol.
Yep.
Playing with the goat.
That's pretty cool.
And he's like a kid.
Yeah, he is.
It's interesting. I hope Tiger finishes in, like you said, the top 10, top 15, or has a good showcase.
How great would it be to have
If he won, I mean, fuck.
coming
Close it
down?
Yes,
There's no PGA Tour anymore. There's no Live. There's no DP.
it's a Tiger tour.
Golf is over.
Hey, how cool would it be coming down
Kim Kardashian
on
breaking the
Sunday, Tiger and JT neck and neck for this
Or
thing?
Tiger, JT, Rory in the final pairing. That'd be freaking nuts.
Unfucking believable is what it
Even
would
though
be.
they only do two sims on Sunday.
What if Phil Mickelson is in the hunt come Sunday? or a Dustin Johnson, the face of Live Golf, right? One of those two guys.
I think if Phil
What
does,
if it's like a couple of them and then a couple of the PGA Tour guys, and it's just like a
Battle.
It's-
I think it's great. I mean, that's great competition.
I think if Phil does, I think it may get him on the right track with people again for personality and thing wise and what people think of him.
I would love to see what they think of it over like in Scotland and Ireland and like what are their thoughts on Live Tour?
Yeah.
Because we're gonna find out here in about 12 hours when they tee it up for real over there. Like they're gonna have 40, 50,000 plus there. The fans are golf nuts over there
Yeah.
by all accounts, is what you hear, right? And I just wonder, will they boo?
The home
You
of
know,
golf.
You see British Open once in a while. You see them doing the wave in the grandstands. Like, what will they do to the Live golfers if they're in contention come down the weekend?
Did you guys see after the last event for that Live? What was that Pumpkin Ridge or something?
Yeah.
That we played. The one interview with one team. Oh, this feels like a major champion of the
Yeah.
Ryder Cup. And
Taylor-
DJ and them were like,
Taylor Gooch said that.
yeah.
Never participated in either.
Never sniffed a Ryder Cup team.
I just it's like, oh my gosh, what is wrong with this guy?
Yeah. They
It's
had
like,
10,000
the hype
people
video. It's like the
compared
hype
to
video.
tens of thousands,
Shane Lowry's going to be in the hunt this weekend.
Shane Lowry's, yeah. Leishman might get back on track.
Yeah. But
Hmm.
hopefully the golf course can show its teeth a little bit. Sounds like it's gonna have nice weather though, so
Is it a first time major winner, or we seeing somebody get another
No,
one?
You're seeing someone win that's already got 4 or 5 majors.
All right. Brooksy?
Live golfer. Could you imagine? I mean, yeah, it would be crazy.
Hmm.
It would be crazy. So,
Jenna has been stepping up her TikTok game lately.
yikes.
so how's the local scene for
That's what I was
everybody?
wrapping it up. You guys got a big tournament coming up here.
Invitational
Big
next week.
invitational week coming up. You guys got your partners
Yep.
all lined up. Hospitality arrangements all lined up.
Yep.
Seen-
Carpooling lined up.
Pretty easy to do.
Uniforms. You guys got matching unis.
Yep.
And where did we go with anything like way out there that you can?
Johnny O.
Johnny O. Okay. I didn't know if we were going like PGA Tour Junior jersey polos.
No.
No matching hats.
Couldn't get those big enough.
No hats.
No hats.
We don't match hats.
Yeah.
Okay, just shirts and shorts.
Just shirts
Shirts,
and
shorts,
short
belt.
color.
Okay.
We don't wear the same shoes.
And
same
what
color.
Do you guys kind of know what bracket you're in yet?
Pretty much.
Pretty good idea.
Pretty good idea. And how you feeling about your chances?
I like where our handicaps are.
Oh, sandbaggers,
Fucking
got it.
sandbagging son of a
Sandbagger.
bitch.
I like me and my partner. I think are from the Blues. I'm at a 4,
What?
And-
This is just a joke.
and my partner's at a 5.
And you're bragging about it.
I'm not bragging about
Way
it.
to
I'm-
take the fun. Michael, how's your team looking?
We're each a stroke lower than them, or higher than them, I should say. I'm a 5 from the Blues, and partner's a 6.
So you guys are going to be in the flight that has to play the back tees.
Yes.
Looks that way. I was hoping
Now-
to get bumped to the next flight, but
It's
Insider,
almost impossible because you guys are like in the middle of the championship flight.
insider
You'd have
information.
to bump 3 teams.
Insider information says you guys don't really play the blue tees that much. What?
insider information is accurate.
What do you guys?
Spot on.
Played it yesterday.
So what do you feel blue tee wise? What hole out there? You're like, okay, this one I'm definitely gonna feel the difference of the blue tee rather than the member tee.
Ooh.
I think there's a lot of them, honestly.
A lot of them. Okay.
I think 1 is no different, obviously. 2 is a whole club different.
2, yeah, that extra 10 to 15
2
does
is
make
a
a
whole
difference.
club.
Especially to
and a half.
that green.
3, no different.
4,
4,
no different.
no different. 5 brings
5 is different.
5 is different just from an aspect of
Spoiler alert on number 5.
Put them forward.
you putting them on the 9th tee.
They're going on the 9th tee on Friday.
Yes.
Yep. True story.
Oh, my.
So we're gonna have a little
Tour Stars lane up.
You're gonna have
9 tee
you're
cooperation
gonna, you're gonna
going.
have about a 12-foot window up there to get your drive-through.
Tour Stars lane up. I'm going to hit
I'm
a
gonna be hitting a fucking 3-iron.
bullet hybrid.
But like hole 5 though, even
Not-
from the
hey Mike, not doing it, but could you imagine? If someone listens to this and they hear this,
Oh,
they're going to be
yeah.
on 9T practicing
Oh,
on
yeah.
Tuesday night trying to
Just
hit
bang,
balls through
banging
there.
them.
Nah, it'd be fine. I mean, hell, on 5,
For me, the two big, I would say the top three biggest for me are maybe 4, 12, 14, 16, 18.
Not the new green on 13 with the green coming in with a longer iron?
No,
So
From the Blues yesterday,
You
they-
haven't played it all the way back then.
from the Blues yesterday, they may have been up on the back of the
They're on the
second,
back of the 4 tee.
second tee, but I mean, it was still a 52-degree wedge in.
Nice.
well, you're a big hitter, the Lama.
Plus, we're gonna irrigate that fairway until it puddles. So there's
boy.
no roll on that hole. Yeah, mud ball.
I'll be coming in from the right rough. then.
14 is just a completely different hole from the Blues.
14
It's a 200-plus yard, 220
every time.
yard.
Every time. It's not whites where you can get it to
No,
what, depending on the
150.
flag position, where you can get it from 170 to 200 or 205. It's 200 every time. Especially that back pin there. That's a doozy.
12 off the blue tees. It brings the fairway bunker into play for
Mhm.
sure. Brings left OB into play, guaranteed.
Yep.
For some reason, on 12 from the Blues, snap hook comes into more danger.
I don't know why. I played hole 12 like absolute dog shit. I just don't know
Hole
why.
hole 6 yesterday, I hit a hybrid off the tee. Did you see where I was?
It was working.
Oh, that was somebody else that was coming back to 5. Hit a hybrid off the tee, and it was into the wind. I think
On which hole?
on 6. Ended up down by the bridge in the rocks with like 10 inches from the water. Chipped it out to the other side of the fairway. Lael bombs a driver
Over?
over by like 70 yards, 80 yards.
Huh?
Yes.
From the Blues? Downwind?
It had to be. I'm pretty
Had to be downwind.
because that's the only way my ball I think ended up getting into.
That's
the,
a fucking poke.
It was just I was like,
You'd have to have wind help, right?
Cart path.
Could have hit Carpath.
no, he hit a draw. He was in the middle of the fairway.
Did it hit the bridge?
Draw it and hit the cart path and go up.
No, he was in the
Did
middle
it
of
hit the
fairway.
bridge and bounce up there?
No,
Wow.
I
Big
was impressed.
That's some serious shaft angle.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's some lag.
So
I've hit the ball in the water so many times there. Step up and just
7
flush an iron and it goes in the fucking water on the right side. I'm tired of it.
7 from the blue tees brings in the fairway bunkers if you don't catch it right.
Which hole?
7. 8.
I like the blues better there because then you can
you can
hit
lay
a dr-
into one.
well
if
you can hit
want
a
to.
draw there and
Not run out far enough.
yeah.
8 brings in a straight shot instead of a draw from the Blues, it seems. He seemed to hit more towards that bunker than left of it. People
And we're
seem
getting
to,
a full rundown,
yeah.
aren't we?
Real whole yardage book here.
Yeah.
So
Just plot out his whole
it'll be a
map
good
for
event.
next week.
Got to make putts.
So predictions. Do you think you will be in the shootout, Michael?
Yes, we're breaking through for the first time this year.
First timer. Okay, first timer. Long time listener, first time
Yep.
qualifier. I like it. I like it.
Yep.
Joel?
Yeah,
Yeah?
a little bit of experience.
So we're going to have 2 guys from the championship flight make it.
So one of us is going to have to get points on
And your
Saturday.
brothers. This is like Kane versus
We have
Abel.
the
This is
two
biblical.
opportunities this year because of the change of format. Remember, there's the runner-up shootout, or how?
Oh yeah,
Oh, there's the playing
Well,
game.
There's
Most-
a playing
There's
game.
the
most-
playing game.
second place, right? Second
I don't
place
know how it
teams. I
works.
don't remember.
Playing game.
Nice.
Playoffs.
I don't know how many teams there are because it's only leaving an hour for that.
I just show up.
So plenty of opportunities. It's definitely on you not golfing well if you don't make it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm making lots of birdies
Opportunities are
this year.
plentiful.
You got to make birdies. So
I'm gonna play more aggressive than I ever have this year.
I wish you guys the best of luck at the Invitational. We'll have a bigger, deeper breakdown next week's episode for sure, right before
We'll see
on
what
the eve of the tournament.
we'll see what the greens look like and how cooked they are.
Well, yeah, they'll be puttable, I guess. They'll be puttable. Yeah, yeah.
I just-
Fairways
I just
fast.
start-
Fairways faster than the greens.
Greens, I actually asked somebody. I did a quick interview before the show. That's going to be on the episode later on. It's about the greens and how they're putting, we asked one of the winners of the championship flight for the first half of the league. They said they've been rolling pretty good.
They were crying. They were
Awkward.
crying. They were
Awkward.
crying.
Who's that?
The seniors.
About what?
Oh, these pins, never seen them in these spots. And
Oh my God!
They
It's
were
a
so
six-system grid.
They were so fast. It's like, guys, there's not many other places that pins, can go that you haven't seen.
6 challenging, 6 medium, 6 easy, right?
These are so fast.
Were the greens a little quick for them?
That's what they said. It was comical.
Yeah. Well, all you can do during Invitational Week is whatever Mother Nature allows you to do, but you step on them as much as you can, and we're gonna see. We got a couple more weeks of championship golf. We got Invitational, Ladies Guest Day.
Fairways will be
Championship.
faster than the greens.
Club championship
fairways
isn't until the
are-
end of August.
Fairways? Are they gonna be fast?
Faster than the greens, like
No,
open.
no.
How are we water-wise out there? Are we in good shape?
It's cold. It's in the bucket. Just press the button, fills up your cup.
Water-wise, it's been getting cool enough. It's been great.
Cool
Well,
enough.
we were firm and fast out there for a bit,
It was
which
nice.
was beautiful.
It was nice.
And then it softened up a touch, and
I'm
it's
gonna
like,
tell you,
God damn it!
that saved the driving range tee.
Did it?
It was looking, it was looking like,
Because when you got those ball beaters only taking out little divots like this instead
Yeah.
of freaking tomahawk
oh, man.
90-ounce steaks out of there every freaking swing.
Yeah,
Holy
you
cow.
gotta change your game a bit when it goes back to soft out there.
64 tons of sand already on that tee box this year. Let's just think about that. A lot of top dressing. But yeah.
Everybody enjoy
All
the
right.
British Open.
Yeah.
Have a good weekend, and we'll talk to you next week.
Thanks.
See ya.
Bye.